Hello friends, this is Dr. Mohammad Aslam FCA from Pulse Tutorial. In our previous videos, we discussed partial least square structural equation modeling PLS SEM for a basic reflective model, then extended reflective model building. Today, we will discuss PLS SEM for now mediation model. Smart PLS3 software is used for today's discussion. Let each setup file with license key and working files for this video are provided with the link for your download and use. You can contact us by email, Zoom or WhatsApp for any further assistance. The PLS SAM seems hotcake for social science research recently. It has been used widely in latest articles published in high quality journals such as Web of Science and Scopus because it can deal with multiple variables containing multiple indicators or items for factor analysis and regression simultaneously. It is termed as third generation statistics for social scientists. We emphasize its applicability rather than technicality and used hypothetical theory and dataset for your easy understanding. Let's discuss PLS SAM no mediation model building and reporting with multiple variables and multiple indicators or items in this example. Say you found from previous literature that organizational learning caused impact on organizational performance. It means earlier theory established that better organizational learning had direct significant impact on better organizational performance. In addition, there might not be any mediating variables like corporate culture, corporate leadership, etc. in between them for indirect significant relationship. It means if we put corporate culture as a mediator between the organizational learning and organizational performance, then their direct relationship is still significant and indirect relationship is insignificant. This is the sign of no mediation, otherwise mediation. Appropriate references are required for these relationships for previous studies. For example, Paul et al. 2021 observed these relationships earlier. Now, we want to explore these relationships either to confirm or reject with previous findings by our research work and dataset. Firstly, we get organizational learning as independent variable observed through OL1 to OL8, where OL1 means basic learning, OL2 means professional learnings, and so on up to OL8. Secondly, we get organizational performance as dependent variable observed through OP1 to OP5, where OP1 means in-house performance, OP2 means communication performance, and so on up to OP5. In this model, we will discuss mediating role of a third variable between OL and OP. Then, thirdly, we add corporate culture as mediating variable observed through CC1 to CC6, where CC1 means formal culture, CC2 means supportive culture, and so on up to CC6. In PLS SAM, variables are referred to construct that are observed or measured through reflective or formative indicators or items. In this discussion, we make our model through reflective observed indicators like OL1 to OL8, OP1 to OP5, and CC1 to CC6 to represent their respective unobserved constants, namely OL, OP, and CC. Let's assume our research is based on primary data. After seeing the aforesaid indicators for independent and dependent construct, we need to prepare questionnaire for data collection. Here, we use 7-point Likert scale for respondent score. How to entry data in Excel sheet from filled up questionnaire and then transfer to CSV format for Smart PLS 3 data read are discussed in our previous videos. Hope you have been seen the videos and practice those working files for your understanding. Please open your installed Smart PLS software and the interface will appear like this. Click New Project in the toolbox and name PLS SAM No Mediation Model. New project PLS SAM No Mediation Model. We put OK. The new project is created. Now we double click here to import the data from our previously saved CSV data file, which is given with this video. We put OK. Now we see PLS no mediation model data set txt that's showing indicators correlation and raw file. All 21 indicators, gender, OL1 to OL8, CC1 to CC6, OP1 to OP5 are shown serially with no missing data and displayed mean, median, minimum, maximum, standard deviation, excess kurtosis, and skewness. Although PLS-SAM is a non-parametric test, we where no need to assume normal distribution, but even we want to know our data characteristics. We know that perfect normal distribution contains mean 0, standard deviation 1, skewness 0, kurtosis 3. Acceptable values of skewness fall between -3 and +3, and kurtosis appropriate range from -10 to +10 when utilizing SEM. Brown 2006. For this reference value, we see that our data are more or less normally distributed, which is a safer side for researcher. Indicator correlation gives primary relationship among them, and raw file exactly the same data entered in the earlier Excel file. So we can see from here the minimum, maximum, standard deviation, excess kurtosis, and it shows that our data is normally distributed. Now, PLS-SAM no mediation model. PLS-SAM mediation analysis was performed to assess the mediating role of CC between OL and OP. As we know, total effect equals direct effect plus indirect effect. So our direct relationship is CC to OP, OL to CC, and OL to OP. First research objective to find out whether corporate culture causes direct effect on organizational performance. Relating this, the alternative hypothesis is corporate culture causes organizational performance. In the same way, we set these 1, 2, 3 research objectives and relevant hypotheses. Now, for the mediation, the research objective is to find out whether corporate culture has mediating role between organizational learning and organizational performance. Alternative hypothesis H4 is corporate culture has mediating role between organizational learning and organizational performance. Now, let's build our model with our dataset. We need to double click on the figure just icon below on the PLS no mediation model project in the project explorer. It shows this. We could double click here. So this is an empty canvas where we will draw our model. This is the indicators. So first we select OL1 to OL8 and draw it in the canvas. We rename it as OL, put OK. Then we drag block CC1 to CC6, drag it to the canvas and rename it as CC construct. We align to the top for our convenience. Then our rest data set, we select OP1 to OP5, rename it OP, OK. Then align it to the left, to the right. Now we connect with connecting tool OL to CC, then CC to OP, then OL to OP, and neutralize or connect cursor by clicking these two. Now we find our variables, we draw the model, let's design it for our convenience and good look. I think it is more or less okay. Now, first we prepare measurement model to click whether the model is fit for further analysis. If it is fit, then we prepare structural model to find out the ultimate research objective, ultimate research objectives with their respective significance level. Now measurement model, we put calculation PLS algorithm for the structural model. We put factor and keep other the same, then start calculation. It will take a little while, the report is ready. We see for PLS algorithm 1 for the measurement model with the main columns like final result, plurality criteria, interim result, and base data. Under these subcolumns, we find specific required values, outer loadings, construct reliability and validity, discriminant validity for the reporting. Now we get this figure from here, PLS no mediation. Then we click write to export image file, and we can export it over there, which I have done earlier. Now we see this figure and this figure is same. We got the beta value and outer loadings. Let's from PLS algorithm run 1, we get our outer loading values. We can then copy to the clipboard from here and paste to the Excel file. This is shown in my previous two videos, so I am not reporting it. We'll get all the values, outer loadings, construct reliability and validity, discriminant validity, and these values are put here. First, we see the outer loadings. These are the values we have put it here, and all are below, above the threshold level 0.6. So the factor loadings is okay. We are not deleting any item. Now for reliability, construct reliability, we find the convex alpha, rho alpha, composite reliability. These are the figures. So they made the threshold level. For convergent validity, we got the AV, average variance extracted. These are the value that is more than 0.5, so it's okay. For this construct discriminant validity, at first we got Fornal-Lorca criteria. This is the things, and as we know, the diagonal value will be the more than these values. We got the cross loadings. We got cross loadings from here. The respective loadings will be much more on the individual respective construct than their counterparts. I have bolded it here. Then we got Stmt ratio. This is the Stmt ratio, and you see this is also valid, and all these flows are green. So all these values, we can conclude our model is fit for further analysis plus structural model. Now we'll go for structural model. For structural model, we need to click here first. Then we go for calculate bootstrapping. We set no sign, bootstrapping, complete bootstrapping, then bias corrected and accelerated bootstrapping, two tailed and 5% significance level. Then we go for partial least square, we go for path, then start calculation. The report is being ready. It will take a little while. So the report is ready. We have got the bootstrapping result. This is the bootstrapping result. From the here we got final results, quality criteria, histogram, and base data. Under the subhead we got the path coefficient and R square. This value can be copied to Excel as I have spoken you earlier. For this figure, we go there and click for inner model, coefficient and p-values. For outer model, we put it blank, and for highlight path, we put the absolute values. So we get this figure. This is the respective beta coefficient with their significance level. We can see these two paths are significant, this is not significant, which is the primary show of no mediation. So we got this figure. Then we right click it, export to image file. We can save in our destination, which I have done earlier. So I can select. So this figure and this figure you see is almost same. Okay, we got this figure. Now we run for the model quality. From this bootstrapping result, we see the R square values. It shows us the predictive capability. This is the two R square values with significance, they are statistically significant. It means 53.6% variance in transport culture can be explained by organizational learning, whereas 36.6% variance in the organizational performance can be explained by corporate culture and organizational learning together. And they are statistically significant. And this value is above 0.10. So there is quite good predictive capability of this model. Now we see the path coefficient. This path coefficient, we can take it from here. This is path coefficient. And we see our first hypothesis is rejected. These are the rejected values. Second one is accepted. Third one is accepted, which I put here. You see, these are the values. Now we go for the mediation analysis. For mediation analysis, if the model is no mediation, the direct effect is significant and indirect effect is insignificant. If you see the figure, the direct is significant and indirect will be insignificant, either there or there. It is insignificant there. For partial mediation, both this way, this one will be significant and this one will also be significant. For full mediation, this one will become insignificant and these two will become significant. This is the decision criteria. So from this table, we show that you can see that the indirect effect is insignificant. We can see it from mathematically from here, specific indirect effect. You see, this is the values. These are the values. And the direct effect is significant. We go for path coefficient, these two value is significant. So we come to the decision that as the indirect effect was insignificant and direct effect was significant, there is no mediation in this model. So this is the no mediation model. I hope it helps in your understanding. In the next video, we will show partial mediation and full mediation. Thanks for your time.